and let me apologize in advance for how horrible this thought is, could possibly be a cynical marketing exercise to get us thinking about Amazon between Thanksgiving and Christmas. I know that sounds crazy, and I know it's highly unlikely, but isn't it quite a coincidence that on Cyber Monday, Amazon's all over the goddamn news with a stupid project that will never happen? No one wants their chihuahuas attacked by drones. How could this possibly ever be anything but all it takes is a bad kid and a rock and it's over. The whole thing is in the toilet. No, it's just, they're not. Who needs a diaper in 10 seconds that we can? Who's planning their life that badly? It's just, I know it's horrible to think that a company of such integrity would do something like that, but I just wanted to say that I had the thought. Anyway, so I want to talk to you about TM, which I have now been doing 41 years. 41 years. I don't remember exactly how I started. It was some kid I knew. I had just gone to college, and you know, we were still kind of in the flush of the feeling of the 60s, and I just wanted to try any new thing that I heard about. And so I went and I learned TM, and I do remember the very first time I did it, and I remember that I was up the entire night because I never felt that good before, and I had terrible acne. I think I was about 18, and it all just went away, and I became a world famous comedian. That's my story. That's the entire story of my life. And now here's the tragic part of my TM story. Slightly tragic. So I'm doing TM from 1972, and I started, and I didn't do the morning one. You're supposed to do it twice a day. And I stopped doing the morning one pretty early in me doing it because I didn't understand getting out of bed and then resting. I had trouble with that concept. To get out of bed, now rest. Okay, so I don't know, maybe I did it for a couple of months and then I just stopped, but I was very regular with my afternoon meditation. And when I was doing the TV series in which I was the star of the show, the executive producer, the head writer, casting and editing for 22 to 24 episodes on network television, not cable, network, for 9 years, okay? That's a lot of work. And I'm a regular guy, pretty much. You know, I'm not one of these crazy people that has endless, boundless energy. I'm just a normal guy. But that was not a normal situation to be in. And so what I would do is every day when everybody would have lunch, I would do TM. And then while we'd go back to work, and then I would eat while I was working because I had missed lunch. But that is how I survived the 9 years. It was that 20 minutes in the middle of the day would save me. Because, you know, and you also got to imagine, and I know everybody's life is hard and every job is hard, but I mean, when it's your name on the goddamn show, the pressure is, it's intense. And then the show got successful and everybody expected each week to be even better than the last, and it was a lot of pressure, and I loved every second of it, but it was a lot of pressure and a lot of work, and it was all great, but never could have accomplished it without TM. But I was not doing the morning one, as I told you. And this past January, Bob Roth, who everybody loves, he taught my kids TM. And so one day we were standing in my kitchen, and I was telling him about something that I was doing, and he says, you know, you really should try doing the morning one. 41 years in, I find out I'm not doing it right. That's the tragic part of the story. Oh. So now I do the morning one, and now, okay, so my life now, which is, you know, I apologize. I don't like to take up too much time, but, you know, so I've got a wife. I've got 3 kids. I do stand-up comedy almost every weekend. I fly out Friday. I'll do a show in one city. Then I'll fly to another city. I'll do a show in another city. I'll come back like Saturday night at like 4 or 5 in the morning. And then I have 3 little kids. And I do this other little internet show. And so I'm very busy. And now, and I'm 60, by the way. I'm 60 years old. And I really thought, well, the time has come. I'm 60. The time has come to kind of throttle back the output that I'm, you know, of life. I need to work less. I need to do less because I'm old and, you know, let's cut the engines and glide a little bit. Well, so Bob introduced me, which I should have known 40 years ago, but I didn't, to the morning TM. And my entire energy and focus and ability to function all day and come home and have the family. I'm a 60-year-old guy with little kids. It's all screwed up. It shouldn't be like this. And now I am functioning on this level that I really did not think was possible for someone my age. And at the, you know, I just thought it would be too much. So that's how my life changed dramatically this year, meeting Bob and doing TM properly. And I can't tell you, and I've become obsessive also talking to people about it. My press officer is here. I got him to do it. I got my assistant. Every person I meet now, I'm just grabbing them by the lapels and going, you gotta do this. Because it's just a dumb way to live not doing it. It's just dumb. I'll quote a line from Richard Pryor. This is one of my favorite lines. It's actually from a bit he did about racism. And he starts the bit and he says, before we even talk about racism, he says, you know, it's hard just being a person. Forget about having to deal with racial hostility. Just being a person is hard. And that would be my introduction to people who don't think they need TM. Being a person is hard. Now, all these people that we just saw, these are people that really have some enormous challenges, but all of you here, by virtue of the fact that you're here, I know you're slamming it. You're killing yourself. And that's fun and great, but you don't need to die for what you want to accomplish. And that's what TM is about. And Bob and I did a show. We did, I think it was ABC Good Morning America. And I came up with the line that TM is like you have a cell phone and someone gives you the charger. And you go, oh, this is, now I can keep using this thing and it will work all the time. The other way that I describe it, so are there a lot of people here that don't do TM? That are just here to kind of learn a little bit about it? Okay, so the other way I'll describe it to you is, and I can see from the faces who does it and who doesn't do it, by the way. The other way I will describe TM to you is, do you know how 3 days a year you get a good night's sleep? And you wake up and feel like, oh, this is how I should feel all the time. But you can't get more than 3 good nights' sleeps a year because of the circumstances of your life. Well, TM, you can have that every day. That every day you're just, the bar on the cell phone is all the way up. You leave the house and the charger is full. You know that tremendous feeling of power when your phone is fully charged? And somebody calls and you go, I want to hear every detail of this story. I am loaded with juice. That's what TM is. I will now take questions. I will. Is there anything you want to ask? I'll take a couple of questions. They told me just to do 5 minutes. I think I just did it. But anything you want to ask me about TM? I do it, and here's the other thing that's crazy. Okay, here's a crazy TM thing. Well, look, I'm only getting 5 hours sleep as it is. I'm not going to get up earlier than that to do TM. It works. It's better. You'll feel better sleeping 4.5 hours and doing that 20, because that's deeper than anything you're getting. When you're sleeping, look at your bed when you get out of it. What does it look like? It looks like a war went on in there. And that's not restful. All you did was stop. And you took the fight from your day into the bed. But you're fighting all day, you're fighting all night. You need a break, folks. You need a break. That's what TM is. Thank you very much. Impressive that people even go out to me. Even though there is a need to go out. You cannot stay in, you must go out. People want to go out. They talk about it all day long. I'm going out. Are you going out? I got to get out. And then you're out. And that's this. This is out. People talk about it. This is it. We're doing it. We're out now. This is not home. And the good thing about being out, you don't have to be out for long. Just long enough to get the next feeling, I got to be getting back. That's going to be your next problem. You're out, you got to get back. But out's a problem. Anytime you want to go out, you got to think about it, you got to work on it. People are going to call you got to call them back. Which car, what time, when are we leaving, how do we get there? What are you going to wear, what are you going to wear? Which car, what time? Take my car, it's on the way, it's in the opposite direction. Look left, look right. That's what you got to figure out. Just to be out, you got to figure all this stuff out. And then you get out, and you sit there, and it's basically just a different chair. This entire show is just to distract you from the fact that that's all you're really getting is a different chair from your regular chair. After this, you will go back to your regular chair. Life is all chairs. Husbands and wives have a hard time going out. I'm married 12 years. I know what marriage is. I know what wives are. Yeah. You got to know it. You got to, when you're going out with the wife, trying to get together at the same time, trying to leave the house together and stay married. That's the challenge. Are you ready? I'm getting ready. Why aren't you ready? I will be ready. When they say get ready, that means get ready for a fight. That's what's going to happen. I'm not even close to ready. And then the fights continue in the car. How can you drive this fast on these roads in that shirt? I just want us to have a good time tonight. Then why did you park so far away? Can't you see I'm in heels? And the food, what are we going to eat? Are we eating? Did you eat? Am I eating? When do we eat? Are we eating now? Are we going to eat after the show? Do they have food there? I'm starving! And then you finally get to your seat. This is the ultimate destination of the night. I am sitting. Because you don't want to stand. You want to go from your home chair to the out chair. And everything's good. You're in the chair, and then you see somebody coming down your row. Oh my God. Would you look at this guy? And you don't want to stand up for him because you got there first. You make that little noise as they go by. The only time you're happy to get up out of a chair is if you're going to a bed. A bed beats a chair. Nothing beats bed. It's the ultimate. It's like royalty. That's why it has names like king and queen. You're in bed at night, somebody calls and want to go out. You're like, are you out of your mind? Do you know where I am? I am in the bed. And the people that call, they feel awful. That, oh my God, he was in bed. He called. Was he in the bed or on the bed? Even death, you want to be in bed. They have a special bed for death. Your death bed. I always read that in the paper. He died in his death bed. Why would you even buy a bed like that? What chance do you have of getting better sleeping in a death bed? Where is that section of the furniture store? These are our death beds over here. We also have a death side table, death reading lamp. Is that a death clock radio? Yes, but there's no snooze. Either you get up or you don't. We enjoyed the royal wedding in the States. Very exciting. I don't think a wedding can be too long. I don't think that's possible. I don't think it could be too expensive. Who talked Princess Beatrice into that? That must have been... I love that thing. We're going to put a small amusement park ride on your forehead. Don't be distracted. No one is going to really notice this. There's going to be little cars. People are going to be screaming as they go through your hat. English people have been very, very nice to us while we're here. Today I was in Notting Hill, walking up and down the Mushroom Street. I keep forgetting the name. A lot of old things. A lot of brick. You like brick? Yeah, Portobello. Portobello. Why does every young English guy looks like he wants to have a fight? They're nice. Hi, I'm Henry. Hi, Henry. Nice to meet you. Would you like to have a fight? No, no, thank you. Well, let me know, because I'll be happy to beat the crap out of you. Okay. But, so I told you I'm married. I'm married 12 years. I have 3 kids. I wake up ready. My wife has been bringing, our youngest is 5. My wife has been bringing him into the bed every night at 4 o'clock in the morning. It's a lovely experience. It's like sleeping next to a laundry bag with a live collie in it. And punches and kicks are coming out of nowhere. He's somehow mounted himself onto a spinning rotisserie that raises his body temperature up to 189 degrees. And those little bodies pump out all that heat. I got married at 45. I did not want to get married when I was single. Many single people, a lot of men are like this. We don't focus. We can't visualize ourselves in that context. We see, when I was single, I would see married people. I would think, why would you do that? I'd see them pushing a stroller. Why would you ruin your life like that? And now that I'm married, I have no single friends. I can't relate to them anymore either. Because what are you going to talk about? If you don't have a wife, what are we going to talk about? Sex. If you don't have a wife, I mean, it's like, you know, oh, I have a girlfriend. Yeah, that's tiddlywinks. You're playing paintball war. I'm in Iraq with real loaded weapons. You're sitting on a merry-go-round, blowing on a pinwheel. I'm driving a truck full of nitroglycerin down a dirt road. You got to have answers for a wife. When you're married, women have questions. They become intensely curious with questions, and not real questions, hypotheticals, theoretical, cataclysmic situations, circumstances, issues that may or may not occur. They want to know how you would respond. If you faked your own death and I found out about it, what would you say then? What are you talking about? Oh, I dreamt the whole thing last night, you know, tonight. It's like being on a game show when you're married, and you're always in the quick-fire round. I've got a game show podium in my living room. I stand behind the podium. It's got the button clicker. I'll take movies I think we saw together for 200. The woman, of course, is the returning champion from last week. I'll take details of a 10-minute conversation we had at 3 o'clock in the morning 8 years ago. I'd like to bet everything I have on that, Alex. I'm going for the win right here. Did you watch? Did everybody like the royal wedding here? A lot of people thought it was dumb, right? Y'all loved it? No. Not much. We're just glad that the women like it. It's a, you know. We had, when I got married, I was 45, which I always call the Jesus Christ point of singlehood. You tell people you're still single at 45, they go, Jesus Christ. But we had a small wedding, little dinner, drinks, glasses, clink, congratulations, good night. No jacked up, no hyped up, no, just, you know, little deal. And I'm sure there's a couple here tonight planning a wedding. Don't say anything, don't woo, don't applaud. Because there's something I got to tell you about this wedding that you're planning. Something your friends don't know, your family knows it, your friends don't, but they can't tell you. They're not telling you. I'm going to tell you the truth. Nobody wants to go to your wedding.
Our first guest has finally bounced back from the cancellation of his TV show Seinfeld. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, the very funny Jerry Seinfeld.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I totally appreciate what you're saying. I do, but the question is this. What have I been doing? Everybody says to me, hey, you don't do the show anymore. What do? I'll tell you what I do. Nothing. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. That sounds pretty good. You're thinking, I might like to do nothing myself. Well, let me tell you, doing nothing is not as easy as it looks. You have to be careful. Because the idea of doing anything, which could easily lead to doing something, that would cut into your nothing, and that would force me to have to drop everything. When you're doing nothing, people try and find little things for you to do. They think you have a lot of time. To me, the most annoying little job that people give to each other to do is, would you please say hello for me? Oh, are you going to go see Carl? Is Pam going to be there? Oh, say hello for me. Give them my best. Send them my regards. Send them my love. How about no? How about I'll say hello for me? And if you should ever summon the strength to get off your ass and contact somebody, that'll be your opportunity to say hello for you. Give them my best. Is this really your best? Sending your friends off on foot with these meaningless hello messages like it's ancient Greece. Hello from Dave. The worst one, you ever have somebody follow up on a hello for me? Hey, when you saw Steve, did you say hello for me like I asked you to? This is huge balls. This is colossal balls. In fact, give my regards to your balls. Because you've really got a pair. No, of course, the fact is I have not really been doing nothing. I have a little baby. I love the baby. I can't get enough of the baby. I'm crazy about the baby. You kiss the baby. You love the baby. This is the most wonderful thing. But let us make no mistake about why these babies are here. They are here to replace us. That is what they are doing. They are cute, they are cuddly, they are sweet, and they want you out of the way. Next time you're around a baby, look in those sweet little baby eyes. You'll see one thought. Only a matter of time, my friend. Your tired old ass can't last forever. Every birthday you have is a baby off in the corner going, yeah, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you, mofo. Yeah, have another piece of cake. That's a good idea. That's all babies want. Oh, am I drooling? Yeah, I'm drooling. I'm drooling over all your stuff. I'll tell you what I like about that mad cow disease. I like the fact that we're attempting to blame it on the cows. They're crazy. They're nuts. These cows are out of their minds. Of course, the cows are thinking, oh yeah, you're drinking me, you're eating me, you're wearing me, you're sneaking up on me and tipping me over. Yeah. And I'm a little off mentally. That's why we're mad. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe we'll eat a little less. Everyone in this room is trying to lose a little weight. A little, something. Everyone's trying to lose something, and not one of you is doing it. I'm not doing it. No one is doing it. Not one person is losing weight. Not one. Do you think that a possible explanation could be that we are still trying to find ways to stuff more cheese into a piece of pizza? We hollowed out the crust. Hollowed out the crust about 3 years ago. Now we're double layering the foundation. I understand they have a new thing coming out. They will actually bake your head right into the pizza. Pizza Hut is called Hey Pizza Face. And you wear the pizza and attempt to eat your way out of it. It's too much food. Too much food. What about this commercial for Subway sandwich with this guy, Jared? Is anyone buying this for a second? Was he supposedly lost like, 100 pounds on an all-hoagie diet? Does it not boggle your mind to contemplate the insane quantities of food this disgusting human being must have been eating before? If he is now... If he is now slimming down on a strict regimen of meatball heroes. Did he have like a Duncan Hines IV in his arm, just mainlining frosting? No, we're all supportive of Jared. I'm rooting for Jared. In fact, if anybody knows Jared, please say hello from me. Do you ever think about the life of clothes? What is the life of clothes really? What does it come down to? It's waiting, isn't it, more than anything else? In the closet, in the hamper, in the drawer. There's shirts in your closet right now going, he never picks me. They're either on you or home, hoping to get picked tomorrow. And their whole existence is just a steady decline, isn't it? I mean, when they first come in the house, they're new, they got price tags. Maybe they're wrapped in a little tissue paper. They're the big stars. But then after a while, they start to fall out of the rotation. They're in the back of the closet. They're as-worns. It's so tragic. One day, they're being shown off at parties, nightclubs. Next day, they're using you to clean paint out of a paintbrush. You go from New Year's Eve to hanging out of a car's gas tank pipe, flapping down the highway. What kind of life is that? You've never done the TV guy crossroad puzzle? It's always like the Dick Van Dyke blank.
Take another crack. You'll okay.
Here's the thing. How many times have you seen chicken of the sea, tuna, and never stopped to go, what the hell kind of insulting name is? What do they think? I don't know what the hell a fish is? What do they... Chicken of the sea? So, well, you think of it as a chicken. Okay? In the sea. It's not really a chicken, of course, but you think of it as a chicken. Because we don't want to go through the whole explanation of aquatic life to you idiots. So think of it as kind of like a chicken, but in the water. Do you remember when a couple years ago we had to save the 3 stupidest whales in the entire world? Up there in Canada, they were under that frozen lake. We'll go under the ice. I mean, aren't there some intelligent whales that we can help out? Do we have to always help these idiots? We'll go under, swimming along. Wow, ow. I read the scientists estimated it would take these whales 6 extra months to complete the migration down to Mexico. The idiots. I mean, the other whales would have to be going, hey, where were you guys? And the stupid whales would go, did you see us on TV? That was us! We didn't know where we were. We're doing a show this week where there's a couple of interesting storylines. One of them is that I'm involved with a masseuse. Masseuse? 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 And what is plural? Masseur. Thank you very much. You are dismissed from the SAT finals here. We will not need you for the College Bowl reunion. I don't know. What is the plural of masseuse?
Is it like a male or female?
Masseuse is female. Masseur is male. But what's the plurals? Masseurs? Masseuses? Masseusai.
It's probably the same.
Misai.
It's the same for both.
It's the same for both.
Like fish.
It's like fish. 1 fish, 2 fish. So I was talking to a bunch of masseuses today? That's what you say? I don't think so. And who's ever doing that, though? It doesn't come up that often that you meet a bunch of masseuses. I love those ads late at night for the Craftmatic, you know, the contour chair. Get your legs up, you know, get your knees back. But it's always sold with the fitness perspective, you know. Are you suffering from weak muscles, bad back, poor circulation? You're probably not lying down enough. What you need is one of these. Don't even get a thing where you have to do that. You know, get the automatic. Or you ever see the one with the chair that's got the motor in the cushion that just launches your ass right out of it? Ever see that one? And you got that old woman who takes her like 45 minutes. By the time she's up, she can't remember why she got up. She has to sit back down. I mean, isn't that dangerous? Couldn't that short circuit or something? Well, good night, Grandma. Grandma went to bed. She was tired. She went to bed. She went through the wall. She was really anxious to get to bed. You see the cutout, you know. See, one of my favorite advertising things that I see them do is this, no payments until March. Have you ever seen this? How stupid are we supposed to be? Like, oh, March. It'll never be March. The guy in March, he'll pay for it. Whoever he is, I don't have any money, but in March, there'll be money. That guy will pay. I had to visit somebody in the hospital. It's always tough visiting someone in the hospital. You're walking down that corridor. You don't want to get a real good look into any of those rooms as you're walking, you know? Isn't it amazing how you only really care about your person when you're visit someone in the hospital, you know? You meet the person in the next bed. You want them to get better. But if they don't, that's the breaks. Why can't the people in the hospital wear their own pajamas? Why do all the patients have to dress alike? Are they a team? I don't think so. Pajamas and TV. That's how you get over any illness. This system has been working for you your entire life, and then when you're in the hospital and you really want to get better, you have no pajamas, the TV's on the ceiling, and the hospital wonders why half the people don't make it. The only way you know, that men have been at all able to even the score on this fake orgasm thing is that it was a man that invented the cubic zirconia. That balances it out a little bit. You can't tell, we can't tell, we're even. What would you say is the dumbest Winter Olympic event?
Synchronized swimming.
Ballerina skiing? Yeah, that's dumb. I've never heard of that one. Ballerina skiing? Which, snow bowling? Yeah, that's a good one. Snow bowling.
Have you seen that on TV?
Yes. They actually have snow bowling.
They have a captain and they roll the ball and then they have to like push it with the stick.
Oh, where they sweep in front of it. Yeah, it's like a maid competition there with the. I like the luge. You know the luge? The luge is it's the one that's done on the bobsled run, but the guy's not even on a sled. It's just Bob is what it is. It's literally Bob, and he's hanging on for his life. And I feel like you could have people competing in this sport against their will, and the times would be pretty much the same. You just grab people, you put them in the helmet so you wouldn't hear them screaming, you throw them down the thing, and they're in the luge. Who would even know the difference? Just, you can't see them doing anything, you know, or they aim their feet or something. It's so stupid. Or the biathlon, you know this one? This is the one that combines cross-country skiing with shooting a gun. How many alpine snipers are into this? It's like combining swimming and strangle a guy. Why don't we have that? That makes as much sense to me.
So anyway, I'm thrilled to be back here in New York. I love how certain things about New York never change. They're always constant. They're always there for you. The cabbies and the B.O. What is with the B.O. and these guys? How long are these shifts? Can't we get this man a 10-minute break for a shower? You're in the back. It's coming through the glass. You're just going, what in the world? And then I love when they put that cherry poppet stuff on the dashboard. So you get the cherry B.O. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Even fruit showers more often than this. The funny thing to me about being in these cabs is that when you're in Manhattan, for some reason, you don't get scared no matter how fast the guy goes. Well, you know, he's driving fast and recklessly, but he's a professional. He's got a cab driver's license. I can see it right there. I don't even know what it takes to get a cab driver's license. I think all you need is a face. This seems to be their big qualification. No blank heads are allowed driving cabs in this town. Also helps to have a name with like 8 consonants in a row. You ever see some of the letters in these names? What is the O with the line through it, by the way? What planet is that from? You need a chart of the elements if you want to report the guy. Yes, officer, his name was Amal, and then the symbol for boron. No, it was not manganese. I had the periodic chart with me at the time. But I love to travel. I love it whether it's a car or it's a plane. I like to get out there. I like to keep it moving. I love airports. Feel safe in airports, thanks to the high-caliber individuals we have working at X-ray security. How about this crack squad of savvy, motivated personnel? The way you want to set up your airport security is you want the short, heavy-set woman at the front with the skin-tight uniform. That's your first line of defense. You want those pants so tight the flap in front of the zipper has pulled itself open. You can see the metal tangs hanging on for dear life. Then you put the bag on the conveyor belt, goes to the little luggage car wash. Then you have that other genius down at the other end looking in the little X-ray TV screen. This Einstein has chosen to stand in front of X-rays 14 hours a day as his profession. Looking in that thing. I have looked in that TV screen. I cannot make out one object. He's standing there. What is that, a hairdryer with a scope on it? That looks okay. Keep it moving. Some sort of bowling ball candle. Yeah, I got no problem with that. Just, you know, we don't want to hold up the line. So I go to the bathroom in the airport. What is the story on the sinks in airport bathrooms? That they will not give us a twisted on, twisted off human-style faucet. Is that too risky for the general population? Too dangerous? We better install the one-handed, spring-loaded, pain-in-the-ass Alcatraz-style faucets. You know those ones where you gotta go, hey, boy, I got a little water there. Oh, another couple drops. What is it that they think we would do with a faucet? Turn them all on full, run out into the parking lot, laughing, pushing each other into the bushes? Come on, the water's on, let's go. I turned it on full blast. You idiot, we're businessmen. We're gonna miss our plane. Who cares? Water! That's how they think we'll behave. Do the people that work in these little shops in the airport have any idea what the prices are every place else in the world? Yeah, $14 tuna sandwich. We think that's fair. That's what we charge in our country. Then you get on the plane. Pilot, of course, always has to come on the PA system. This guy's so excited about being a pilot, he can't even stand himself. Well, I'm going to take it up to about 20,000. Then I'm going to make a left by Pittsburgh. Then I'm going to make a right by Chicago. Then I'm going to bring it down to 15,000. You know, it's giving you the whole route, all his moves. We're in the back going, yeah, fine, that's all. You know, just do whatever the hell you got to do. I don't know. Just end up where it says on the ticket, really, is our only concern. Do I bother him with what I'm doing, knocking on the cockpit door? I'm having the peanuts now. Yeah, that's what we're doing back here. Thought I'd keep you posted. I'm not going to have them all now. I'm just going to have a few. I don't want to finish it because it's such a big bag. Then the stewardesses have to come out. They have to do their little emergency equipment show. You know that thing they do. One of them reads it, the other one acts it out. Hey, we have seat belts and oxygen masks. Things for you to use. They show you how to use a seat belt in case you haven't been in a car since 1965. Oh, you lift up on the buckle. Oh. I was trying to break the metal apart. I thought that's how it works. I was going to try and tear the fabric part of the belt. I thought if I could just get it started. Then they always point out the emergency exits, always with that very vague point, though, isn't it? Where the hell would these places be, would you say? Plane's at a 90-degree angle, your hair is on fire, you're looking for this. How do you think you're going to do there? She's thinking, I'm getting out before you're getting out. You're dead, I'm gone. Then they always have to close that first class curtain, too. And they always give you that little look. Maybe if you had worked a little harder, I wouldn't have to do this. It's a whole tiny world on the airplane, isn't it? There's always that little tiny table there, tiny computer, everyone's in a little cramped seat, tiny food, tiny utensils, tiny liquor bottles, tiny bathroom, tiny sink, tiny mirror, tiny faucets. So it's a small problem, going to be a slight delay, we're going to be a little late. I always go in the airplane bathroom. Even if I don't have to go, I got to go in there. It's nice. It's like your own little apartment on the plane, isn't it? Go in there, lock the door, the light comes on after a second. It's like a little surprise party. But I'm always impressed with the amount of equipment that they have in that place. I mean, it's little, but they got the tissues, towels, closets, compartments, tiny slot for used razor blades. They always have that. Who is shaving on the plane? And shaving so much, they're using up razor blades? Is this what's happening? What is the Wolfman flying in there, for Christ's sakes? Who could shave that much? Arr. So I'm supposed to go down to Florida next week after we're done here. That's where all my relatives live. I don't really want to go. Florida, a lot of old people down there. You know, they live in those minimum security prisons. That's where they put all the old people. What's with all the security there, with the guard gate, with the arm coming down, everyone's got a uniform, guns? Are the old people trying to escape, or are people stealing old people? What is the security?